Alright, so this game just came, a demo just came out for it. It was announced in Nintendo Direct, the Triangle Strategy debut demo. I've been a huge fan of strategy games, strategy RPGs, in particular since, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, in particular came out around when I was younger, and Fire Emblem. Are two of my favorite all-time strategy games. Tactics Ogre was a little before my time, and as far as other strategy games, definitely like Age of Empires, but those are real-time, separate kind of strategy. So I'd actually been thinking about designing my own strategy game because I kind of outside of Fire Emblem, which is a very particular niche. Um, it's just like the tactics of like Tactics Advance just kind of died. I think Tactics Advance 2 came out a while back, and I haven't played that yet, but I do have it coming here. Really want to try out this Green Mage. Um, but here is Triangle Strategy. Just the demo, you can get it on Switch for free. Try it out before it comes out sometime in 2022. Thank you for your download. This is a special pre-release version comprising chapters excerpted from the middle of the game. As you'll be joining the story in progress, you may find it difficult to fully grasp the events happening around you. However, we encourage you to enjoy the atmosphere of the game world. Battles have been ramped up in difficulty somewhat to allow you to fully experience the depth of the combat system in a limited number of stages. Experiment with different strategies to triumph over your foes. We hope you enjoy the game. Alright. Let's see how good it is.
On the faraway continent of Norzelia, three mighty powers reigned.
Oh, I guess I got. I thought it was the cutscene.
The kingdom of Glenbrook, through which runs the mighty Norzelia River, bringing flourishing trade.
Okay.
The Grand Duchy of Esfrost, a land of ice and snow beneath which slumbers rich veins of iron.
These sound like the bad guys, but they're the bad guys.
And in the desert, the holy state of Hyzad, home to the lake from which is harvested the salt essential to life.
And I bet you there's a conspiracy involving them somehow.
With each nation controlling one vital resource, conflict between these three powers was all too common. Minor disputes and skirmishes gave rise to fierce battles, and before long, the realm was engulfed in a bloody conflict that would rage on for years. Many died in what came to be known as the Salt Iron War.
Salt Iron War. Yeah, it sounds like Salt Iron is primarily the two later nations, not the first one, because one was salt and one was iron.
Brought to their limits and facing their mutual demise, the three powers at last negotiated a truce. Peace came to Norzelia, but only briefly. Shortly after assuming power in Esfrost, Archduke Gustadolf launched a surprise invasion of the neighboring kingdom of Glenbrook.
Okay.
The might of the Esfrostian forces, under the command of the formidable General of Lora, easily overwhelmed Glenbrook's crown city. Before any could comprehend the meaning of what was happening, the once proud Whiteholm Castle had fallen. Learning of the attack, House Wolford, highest of the three high houses of Glenbrook, rushes to the royal family's aid. Leading the charge is none other than
this
young
must be us.
Serenoa, who has only just taken over the mantle of lordship from his father.
Okay.
At his side are Benedict, House Wolford's advisor and a veteran of the Salt Iron War, Roland, the younger prince of Glenbrook and Serenoa's childhood friend, and Frederica, his betrothed, who hails from the very duchy they now call foe.
So I like that they're using the best friend and the senior leader, kind of, because that's been a common like recurring theme in both Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy. You have a best friend, love interest, and then a kind of veteran unit that you can call upon for help. And usually you stop playing them a little later in the end because you find out that if you raise a unit from very beginning to higher up, it'll be better than this unit that starts off a little more powerful. or alternatively, they may just disappear due to some circumstance.
A new war is kindling, fanned by the unwavering convictions held by the rulers of these lands. And though they may not yet know it, Serenoa and his comrades are heading straight into the pyre.
Okay.
Esfrost's forces have breached the once proud walls of Whiteholm, and now overrun its majestic halls, leaving only death and destruction in their wake.
Whiteholm? Whiterun? What?
Like bloodthirsty beasts, they search, eager to carry out Archduke Gustadolf's orders to kill.
Can't get over that
any
name.
member of the royal
Gustadolf.
family on sight. With the very future
Gustadolf.
of the kingdom hanging in the balance,
Sounds like
Serenoa
some goofy
hurries to
shit.
the throne room as fast as his legs can carry him.
Okay, chapter 6. The night of Asfrost, however you pronounce that, invasion.
Do they mean to hurt us?
They will do no such thing, my princess. Not so long as I draw breath.
Cease the vainglorious theatrics. The city is mine now, and not a soul loyal to his grace still lives. You are all that remains. Not even the Dawnspear can hope to triumph against such odds.
You talk and talk, but do you have the courage to test your words?
You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? Alright.
This is folly, Gustadolf. What madness has possessed you? Is this how you would take revenge for what befell your father?
Nothing so petty as that, Ragnar. The war and all its atrocities should remain buried in the past.
Then what drives you to commit new ones? To tear down the future we labored so long to achieve? Do you think Hysant will stand idly by while Glenbrook burns?
I shudder to think what ends you hope to achieve by such vile means.
You always did lack imagination. However, not even I foresaw the opportunity this foolish partnership would afford me. As for Hysant, she shall meet the same fate as your beloved kingdom before long.
No.
Whatever your aims may be, you'll never...
Father, are you hurt?
Roland?
Brother?
You imbecile! Why do you return?
The imbecile came here to freaking save your life here.
Be grateful to see me for once. I wasn't about to leave you to these wolves.
I do like that it's fully voice acted. Like that's something that like even if like an indie developer was to put it out there, like that's probably one of the more difficult things is to get enough interesting voice, and it's good voice acting too. It's not like this is English, but it's not like it's bad, or like how some animes may have like a bad voiceover.
You stone-headed brat!
If it isn't my dear Frederica and her newly betrothed, and you've brought friends.
Stand down at once. On the honor of House Walford, we shall not let the royal family come to harm.
So you're the young Wayne. You have courage, if not much sense. I'll give you that.
I'll give you that.
Brother, what is the meaning of this?
I am sorry for forcing this unpleasant scene upon you, Frederica. I had to take action. Sooner than anticipated.
Action? What do you...
Listen well. I, Gustadolf Esfrost, do hereby condemn the King of Glenbrook and his agents for their treacherous deeds.
But that doesn't.
Scheming to claim the riches of the Grand Norzelian mines their own, they slaughtered my dear cousin Dragan in cold blood. For this most heinous crime, and for shattering the trust between our nations out of malice, I declare their punishment must be swift and final.
I have a feeling this didn't happen, and he probably actually killed his own cousin, or and like is using that as a scapegoat to invade this kingdom.
So this is the lie you weave.
Yep.
What mummery is this? Dragon was killed by...
Yep.
Silence, my lord.
Benedict?
I commend you for delivering the traitorous Prince Roland to me. He too must answer for his crimes. Hand him over, and House Wolfort may yet see itself through this unscathed. You are my dear sister's husband-to-be. Bend the knee, and no harm shall befall you.
I will do no such thing. We won't be party to your treachery.
Your father was ever a thorn in my side. You seem intent on repeating this. However, I fear you will not live long enough to accomplish it. General of Laura, kill them all.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, apparently she must be the one that everyone really fears.
Stop! I won't let you.
Oh.
Ah! Brother!
Sir Maxwell, leave me! Take Roland to safety!
Oh no. Are we gonna leave that sister there though?
Yes, my lord. My prince, with me.
I can't leave them. Step aside, Sir Maxwell.
My lord, we must flee at once.
But his grace.
So there's 2 senior units?
Roland, Lord Wolfort, there is no saving me. The future of Glenbrook lies in your hands now.
Father!
My prince, follow us.
But I... Damn it all!
After them.
You would once again see Norzelia bathed in blood, Gustavo? Truly, you are lost.
This land has long been lost, Regna. But it need be no longer.
Ah, that poor sister. She didn't even have a chance. The king just left there. Probably
This
could
is
get a
where
swing
Sir
in.
Maxwell would have us wait.
He is readying the boat for our escape as we speak.
A wise decision. No doubt the river is our only hope of getting out of the city alive. The streets are overrun with Esfrosti soldiers. Our foe no doubt searches for us on the other side of this very gate.
So a couple things that I want to point out. I really like that there is kind of ample story, and it's good story. It doesn't seem like it's just kind of poorly woven together. It said this is the mid chapter 6 or something, and it actually seems like a good story. So I can only imagine the previous 5 chapters are kind of just like a prelude to this moment.
Then we wait here and pray for Sir Maxwell's swift return.
Father. Frenny. Cordelia.
And what is she doing with us? She's with the enemy! What? No! I had no idea! Lies! It was your own brother that attacked the city! If I had any idea he was planning such atrocities, I would have stopped him. I know not what's possessed him.
My lady speaks the truth. We are as shocked and torn by this turn of events as you.
Enough, Hewitt. We can't be clawing at each other's throats with the Frosty army looking to hunt us down like dogs.
My emotions got the better of me for a moment. Forgive me.
That's a legitimate concern.
That means no ill, my lady. Her fellow members of the King's Guard were slain before her eyes. For now, let us focus on the present. Prince Roland's safety and escape are our main concerns.
Of course.
But I think the theme is always you play as a prince.
These are trying times.
I think I've always wanted to kind of move away from that. And that's true for Fire Emblem. That's true for Final Fantasy. It's you play as the prince that had either power stripped away from them or power. You know, that's kind of like a recurring thing.
Benedict, you stopped me from speaking the truth of Dragon's death. To what end?
Gustadolf would frame Glenbrook for Lord Jergan's murder and claim it as pretext for his invasion. If he knew we witnessed the truth, our heads would already be on pikes.
It would seem he still intends to put them there.
Because you spat in the face of his demands.
What we know could expose his claims as the treacherous lies they are. If it came to light that Gustadolf orchestrated his own cousin's murder, no one would dare stand by his side.
Yep, I called it.
Indeed. However, words have little substance on their own, especially when weighed against the power and influence the Archduke commands. Your truth would be taken as the pathetic ramblings of a desperate man.
Once again, your wisdom makes me feel the fool.
No, we are all fumbling through these dark times. You spoke and acted as the Lord of House Wolford, and did so admirably.
And yet my actions have put everyone in danger. Father would have known better.
Let us look forward.
Yeah, it definitely comes off as like how Octopath Traveler was a new take on like all the old Final Fantasy games with kind of like better graphics, better voice acting, that kind of, but still in the format that the old fans came to love and enjoy. And this definitely seems what Square Enix's attempt is with the Tactics games.
There are truths yet cloaked in the shadows. We must survive and see them brought to light. For these truths shall be the weapons by which we lay Esfrost low.
I do think they need to work on the title, though. Triangle Strategy sounds just kind of meh.
I promise to do all in my power to see us through this safely. Every last one of us.
I know you will, my lord. Let us await Sir Maxwell's arrival.
The flow of the game comprises multiple phases. In between story scenes with battles, there will be exploration phase. Oh! In this phase, you may move freely about to gather information from the people around you, obtain items, review mechanisms and terrain features that may serve you in battle, and more. To end the exploration phase and progress with the story, press the L button. Okay. Okay, I didn't know if it would be like a strategy. This is actually a nice feature. Kind of like it actually feels like more along the lines of an RPG. Oh, is there something else to search? Oh, no. So you can just press A on that and go down. Nothing really to search up here. I imagine we can talk to each person. Kind of like there might be like hidden scenes or like relationship building that you can do in this short period of time. I do wonder if the whole game is going to be more like you can do this normally, kind of like walk around normally, and then whenever a strategy comes in, like a battle, it drops into the battle interface, because that's something that I feel is a better take versus than how the previous Tactics games and Fire Emblem do, how you just move around on dots on a map. Though the Duchy aims remain unclear, it stands to reason that our own dements, as well, I guess demise, still at present is our safest destination and Prince Roland's only refuge. This best hear footsteps in the distance. Our pursuer draws closer. If Sir Maxwell does not arrive sooner or soon, our escape with our man. I'm not narrating. I can't even reply. Hewitt, we are the last alive who can keep Prince Roland safe at a time like this. Oh, we do get options. Flee by yourself if you must. We need your blade. Let us fight together. Prince Roland must survive, even if we do not. I'm gonna say 2. Well said, my lord. That was a balanced choice. I'm guessing 1 is like... Okay. And so long as you're here to guide us, Lord Wolfort. The boat should arrive soon. In the meantime, there's only one thing we can do and must do. In Norzelia, 3 major guiding convictions prevail: utility, morality, and liberty. This will take the form of invisible parameters influenced by the choices you make throughout the game. These parameters will not be reflected visually. Your decisions will shape Sirona's convictions, as well as influence which companions may choose to join his cause. Serenoa's. That is a very strange name. So I think, other than talking to this one, Benedict was right. Right behind these doors, there might be dozens of those bastards just clamoring to take your heads. Guess we've nothing to do until Sir Maxwell comes calling with our boat. I guess I shouldn't open the gate, so L, the other L, and exploration. Where is the boat? I should open the menu. If it even let me. Oh no, it is gonna be a move here, move here. Okay, let's just kind of look around the map real quick before I click on the next destination. Okay, so we got clouds covering possible expansion areas. Or it might just be like, yeah, it's got to be expansion areas. There's no way it's just like, 1, 2, and 3. And they're like so close to each other. I don't know how you'd fit in a bunch of anything else, Anyways, this is a level 8. Oh, wait. Open menu. Okay, here we go. Unit details. So, sounds like a basic unit. Soldier. Let's go and click. Nope, can't. Can I? Okay, gotta use R button. Spear Knight. We can press. Okay. Rush. That's an ability I recall. I think double thrust wasn't a pushback, is usually a feature. Okay, next one. You are a strategist. Okay, so you're not actually someone. Oh no, but you do have a sword. Okay. A conjurer. Not a conjurer in the sense of Final Fantasy, which would be a healer. Okay. We got a physician, which, hey, that's actually, I'm really glad they went with something a more like health related name. Doctor would be acceptable. It might be a promotion. Physician to doctor. Kind of a little more realistic than like white mage to whatever else. Okay. We got a spy, so something a little nicer sounding than a thief or a rogue, for that matter, kind of like your Western and Eastern counterparts. A scout, that's pretty universal. Scout, hunter. Although this, do you have bird abilities? Yeah, you do. Shield bearer, that's a more unique title, but this is your tank. Provoke, yep. Physical counter, ram foe, okay. And then scholar. Okay, so there is a scholar in here, but this isn't like a scholar as we see in Actually, I don't know if there was an attacking scholar in early Final Fantasies, but we have Wall of Ice, Restore 1 TP at the start of your turn, Blessing of Ice. This kind of looks like a more of a buff character, Freeze. Yeah, okay. Let's get out of that menu. Proceed to the war room and make ready for battle. View items currently in your inventory. I'm not going to click on encampment because that's probably something I need to not click on. Oh, that's right. I keep pressing the wrong button there. It's always useful to have. And in the event I find someone who's weak to fire, and I don't have a fire caster at the moment, which I think I did see one, have it there. So let's back out of that. Tutorial system options. Okay. We'll back out of that. Alright, let's go ahead and start this battle.
My prince, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I've managed to procure a boat for our escape. It should arrive anon.
Thank you.
Anon. That's a word you don't see often.
Would that I could have done more. You did well to stand against Gustadolf. Your father would have been proud to see it.
Then Gustadolf.
Let's save the pleasantries until we're through the gate, huh? Everyone ready?
It's like they wanted to call the character Gustav or Adolf, and they couldn't like decide, so they're like Gustadolf.
We are. Open the gates, Eridor.
Whatever you say, my lord. Here's hoping we can make it through without those bastards on the shore noticing.
Over there!
There's too many of them. We need to turn back.
There's just as many of you.
Give it up! There's nowhere to run! Damn it! They've shut us in!
Is this it? If this is where I fall, I'm taking these frosty bastards with me!
Don't be so quick to throw your life away, my prince.
Yes, we haven't lost hope yet. The boat will arrive shortly. We only need to fend them off until then. Can we do that? I fail to see why not. If you lend us your sword, that is.
As if I would do aught else.
Form around the prince. Protect him.
The prince is on the bridge! Seize him!
They pour from the castle like rats.
I shall defend the rear.
Oh my god. So this guy must really be a badass Maxwell. Like everyone else, focus on the 4 people in front of us. I will worry about everything else. Okay. So if I understood, this is actually a little more challenging than usual. Okay, so it shifted to a sideways kind of view instead of the diagonal view that we were looking at, but we might be able to shift. 2 keys to victory in this battle game are positioning and initiative. Yep. Positioning and terrain can be used to your advantage. Attacks from behind your foe or from high ground will deal greater damage. Okay. Initiative. The order in which a unit takes action is determined by their speed attribute. Upcoming turn order is displayed by an indicator at the bottom of the screen. So they do a by unit turn order. It's not like one person's turn and then another person's turn. And I think that's the biggest difference between Final Fantasy Tactics and Fire Emblem, is that in Final Fantasy Tactics, right, it's per character. Like the enemy's character may go, and then your character may go, then your character may go, then the enemy's character may go, and then kind of just however the speed determines it. Fire Emblem, it's your turn, my turn. And then I think speed is more so like for range. Okay. Keep a careful eye on the turn order and review your allies' abilities when deciding How to deploy and advance your skills or your units. Alright. Defeat conditions. Allow Roland to fall. Well, that's not going to happen. Victory conditions. Secure the drawbridge. Okay, so unit placement. That's something I like to get figured out. And in my mind, I see spear. Okay, we're just going to spin. Free spin here. What are you using? Sword. Shield. Archer. Sword. Sword. Okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking I need to have... I got a lot of Fire Emblem. I'm like, oh, where's my spear user? But we don't want Roland to fall, so I want to advance everyone. And Maxwell, I can't advance, so we'll just go with the default setup. Can we stop spinning? I don't know if it spins naturally or if my controller has drift. Whoa, is there someone up there? Let's see. Yes, there is. And there are units behind. So even if I get through... How many additional... Okay. So I kill the... Is there one up here? There's not, from what I can tell. Whoa. You can even go... Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Sorry for the camera just spinning however it wants. Don't know if that's me or if that is how the game naturally does. Yeah. The thing about Switch that I really need to... I hate the controller drift. Because I really think that's part of it. I don't think Square Enix would just make a constantly spinning game. Because this would get annoying when you're trying to like get stuff figured out. Okay. Anyways, let's just get this started. Begin battle. Escape from Whiteholm Castle.
The gate to the drawbridge is shut tight. We must find a way to open it, and quickly.
Okay.
There should be a mechanism nearby. Leave our pursuers to me. Open the gate, whatever it takes.
Board the boat from this drawbridge and make your escape. So, yeah. Must be a really big boat. Defeat all surrounding foes to ensure safe passage. Pull the lever to open the gate. To open the gate, move a unit 2 square adjacent to the lever. Alright. Break through the gate and capture the drawbridge to make your escape before the enemy surrounds you. When moving a friendly unit, some squares will be colored purple. This means that the square is within enemy attack range. If an enemy is able to attack a friendly unit next turn, the red line connecting them will appear. Take care to move vulnerable units out of harm's way.
I will end this.
Okay. So we're starting off with the spy. I'm going to do take cover. Okay. Nice. Wait, I can act again? Well. Nope, face them. Okay, so I want... double thrust, 61 damage. not like that. Let's just focus on using simpler abilities.
This is it!
The hunt is on.
Need to move one more up. Okay. See, I don't know what this character is vulnerable to. I see the bird and I think instantly like Pegasus, Wyvern, right? Like I don't want that bow user anywhere near this character. So part of me wants to do this, but as you use the bow, oof. Oh well.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Now, as this person is a strategist, let's see what your skills were again. Right. Assume you're more buffer. Raise an ally's physical defense and magic defense for 3 turns. Raise an ally's strength and magic attack. So defense, magic defense, strength, and magic. I think bulwark might be the more important thing to have because this is a kind of survival mission. So then I just have a regular attack. So my mission here, if the person that I don't want to die is Roland, right? I come here, I do bulwark on Roland.
I shall do my best. For the honor of House Walford.
Okay, so Serenoa, soldier. This person, you can do longsword, do delayed strike. Okay, so you can try to slow down the speed of a character. And hawk dive, deal physical damage to an enemy. Damage dealt will increase proportionality if you launch the attack from higher ground. Cool. Oof. Okay, well this is a demo, and I don't know if there is a character to let die, I'll let it be this one. Okay. And I'm gonna face that way so that more people up front can't attack me.
On my honor as the Dawn Spear.
Let me
Full
just
heads
hold
shall
the key
prevail.
there. Okay, so my magic casters are extremely slow. Everyone else got a turn, and then it came back to them. So I think that might be a regular instance, right? And that makes sense. What were your abilities? Your rod, cure wounds, and haste. So I wonder if it means when you see the 1 dot and the 2 dot, like what that means. Because I'd like to cast haste on probably my damage dealing spellcaster, but it is not an option. So I don't know what that means. It might mean I have to wait at least 2 turns into the game to use this, and then every other turn I can use it. But then what's the point of having 1 and none, right? So there are no wounds to utilize or to do anything, so I'll just end turn. So your abilities: deal physical damage, provoke, Ramfo. So deal physical damage to a single enemy and knock them back 5 squares. That would be nice to use. Provoke, I can kind of not worry about it so much at the moment. Alright, so we'll just kite shield you for the moment. The lowest health, we have you. We'll do that.
Away! So, it falls to me.
So we got our debuffer. Tomb of Ice, deal physical damage. Front and behind. A wall of ice. Create an obstacle on the target square that extends 1 square. The obstacle will disappear over time. This does look like I can protect at least that character, but I'm not going to use it just yet. I'm going to just move up and then in turn.
Allow me.
Fire resistance and then... Ooh. Yeah, we want Scorch. We're just going to turn here. Can't get behind. Okay, so it's not just like not being able to use that ability. Okay.
My turn.
So this causes friendly fire. It looks like.
Did you see that?
Okay.
Allow me.
Well, that person was already dead. Okay, that is awesome. I didn't even know that was possible. I triggered 2 abilities from other allies. And it was basically just like a opportune attack for that person there. And I don't know why that triggered. And then I triggered like a flanking attack from an allied character. That is pretty sweet. Anyways, I think I should focus that direction. And this character. Oh. Come up here. We'll do this. Huh.
What have we here? Did you see that?
Oh, okay.
Let us pry out their weakness.
92% chance.
Your defense is weak.
Leave it to me.
Oh, that is awesome. So, I imagine if we can do that, we really don't want the enemy to do that either. Ooh,
Defeat is not an option.
dickhole. Excuse my language. Alright. We're going to focus on getting rid of this guy first. Instead of...
Here.
Okay, so I don't get that whenever people are facing away. If they were facing towards them, I would get it. So it makes sense to face towards the person I just attacked, so that I can get a follow-up attack.
I shall do what I can.
Okay, so now I can cast haste on characters. And because I want... Go ahead and use my... my tank is a little slow, right? So I want the tank to be hasted.
That'll do.
We'll face that direction. The pursuing party has emerged from the castle.
It's the prince. Seize him.
Quickly now, before more arrive.
You won't beat me.
Okay. So I'll send my tank up.
My turn.
There we go. Nice. I like that. But I can... We'll do a take cover. Now, I wonder if I can take cover and still do a follow-up. When choosing an action, an icon will appear over enemy units that are particularly susceptible to it. So in this case, fire is weak on, or that character is weak to fire. Attacks from behind are guaranteed to score a critical hit. If an ally is positioned behind an enemy and you strike with a physical attack, that ally will automatically follow up with an attack of their own. I did this, yeah. If an ally is positioned behind an enemy when you strike with a physical attack. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I did do that. I was wondering why it was it held true. So let me move up. Do I want to move up here? Yeah, let me move right here. Wall of ice. Or do I want to do freeze? I'll do wall of ice for now. I actually thought it would be different than this.
I won't lose.
Ooh. Oh no.
Here I come.
Still trying to figure out the controls here. I'm definitely going to buy a new controller, brand new. Because while Nintendo does many things right, apparently controllers is not one of them. And this is the second controller, right? It is not the first controller. I'll move my Conjurer here. And we will do a Scorch. Okay, so they're all weak to Scorch, but we will do a Flame Shield. And we will cast Flame Shield. I'm not sure who to cast Flame Shield on. Myself. And because I can be attacked this direction, I will face that way. Ooh.
Let us pry out their weakness.
Okay. Let's get the tank kind of boosted here. Physical and magical defense. We'll do strength and attack. Because the defense should be fine. It's the attack that needs a bit of a boost.
That'll do. I shall protect you. Just as I planned.
Okay. So it doesn't attack your own ally when you do that. And they do get, the enemy gets it as well. Oof. How's this gonna work?
Defeat is not an option.
Ah, okay. So when you do, you get them on the flank, it doesn't do that. Interesting. I feel like I did do that somehow. It's like opportune attack or something. Oh, he said he'd deal with all that.
I'll take you on.
So they're just standing still? That's lame. So I'll do a provoke on the archer. The other person has no choice but to attack me. Oh, I ended up provoking both of them somehow. Okay, let's get you out of here. And yep. Okay, let's move you right here, and I'll do a for my kingdom. Ooh.
Yes.
The hunt is on.
Let's get rid of the archer. Okay, so I can shoot over units. That's pretty nice, especially when we're on the same level there. We need this character out of here, and we're gonna cure wounds on myself. Does not look like I have to worry about. Okay. Nice. Okay.
I shall protect you.
Hey, this person said they're fine being back there by himself, so. Fallen enemies will drop loot. Move an ally to a panel containing a bag of loot to claim it. You will be added to your inventory. Okay, I'm not worried about claiming that.
I see a path to victory.
Raise an ally's physical defense. I want to raise the magic caster there. And then face that direction.
Let me show you what I've learned.
So they just got frozen, now I'm doing fire.
It worked.
You won't beat me.
Now I'm just gonna regular attack. Oh, it's so close.
Forward.
Okay, this should be fine.
This ends here.
Nice.
For my kith and kin.
Also wondering if the enemy can pick up their own enemy unit bags. That would be pretty crappy, but that was a feature of several of the tactics games. Like if they died, they would drop like a crystal. The enemy could pick up the crystal themselves. Okay, so we're gonna do take cover, and then just I don't know how to select myself. Oh, I wish I could move again. Oof. Yep, that's the next person that needs to go.
It's open. Go.
More enemies.
Don't let them escape. Capture the royal family. Kill any others who stand in your way. Protect the prince.
No matter how many come, our blades will keep them at bay.
You say that.
We're on the bridge already. Very well. We cut our way through.
Quietuses? Do not use up a turn and can be triggered instantly. A single quietus can only be used once in a given battle. Secret weapon.
This battle is ours.
Grants 2. I don't know what. Okay, first of all, can we stop spinning? You're on a bird, so I'm gonna just move you up. There we go. We're gonna bait these two up closer.
On my honor as the dawn speak. That went
I shall
well.
do what I can. Much appreciated.
Now, ironically, it does feel like everyone's targeting our two healers mostly. I'm gonna come up here and do Raging Beast on this character. I think I already did defenses up for this character though.
Knowledge grows deeper.
So, it falls to me.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and cast really difficult to use them at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and get you up here.
From where shall we strike?
Yep, go ahead and get Sarah Noah up there. Now that that person's stuck up there. Mm. No, Maxwell.
Allow me.
Okay. Maxwell doesn't do anything for the people in front of us. He only attacks people behind us, so I'm like less concerned about him. I'm gonna cast Flame Shield just to cast something.
Your judgment is sound.
I'll take you on!
I don't know who you attacking. You.
Time to take flight.
Deal physical damage, and have a chance to blind them. Okay, let's do it.
Victory is ours.
And we're gonna go ahead and stay right here. Mm. How are you on that square right there?
I must hold firm.
And that was a waste of a
There is
triple
no
stab.
mercy on the battlefield.
Let me go ahead and just attack.
I will end this.
This is going to be probably one of the better classes to play right there. Alright, so somebody does need health.
Thank you.
So, it falls to me.
And our scholar, we're going to go ahead and honestly just move the scholar. Yeah, hold on to that firestone for a moment. Freeze. All right.
Defeat is not an option. This ends here.
And now I can get this guy out of here.
Charge.
The hunt is on.
Got him.
The winds of change are blowing.
Alright, let's cover up your rear and face that way. And he's gone.
You won't beat me.
Go ahead and bait. Oh, actually, we'll go ahead and use fire.
Hurts, don't it?
I will end this.
So you are Conjurer. You can't even move. Oh, okay. That does hit my ally.
For you!
This will be of great use.
Okay.
I must hold firm.
Yeah, so there's no point helping him. He just keeps getting in a worse and worse situation. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do Iron Dagger.
Allow me.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Together.
Oh,
For victory! Be gone! Did you see that?
This is good.
nice.
Knowledge is strength.
Circle of Healing.
Time to take flight.
Leg trap. Nice. That's pretty sweet.
From
Wait,
where
did they-
shall we strike?
Okay, so now they're just going to ignore him. They could have ended him, but now they're kind of like ignoring him. I'll go ahead and move the character up here. Yeah, and then end turn.
We mustn't lose heart.
And we'll move right here. I'll do a Cure Wounds on, well, self. And then face forward.
Time for some research.
At this point, you might as well, I don't know, you've got freeze, so I'm going to have you still kind of move forward. Alright. Oof. Leg trap. Nice. And he's gone.
Oh, impossible! If I still breathe, I still fight.
Okay.
Come at me!
You should run, though. Okay, so we're gonna have this person come over here. Focus down on this one.
Hurts, don't it? I love the battle.
And then
I will
face.
end this.
Do 2 of those.
I fight for peace.
And we'll move Conjurer up.
I shall try my level best.
Nice.
Afraid this may hurt. Just as I planned.
I won't lose.
Okay, so I'll get over here, do Lance.
This is it.
Ooh, opportunity attack, nice. Now everybody's gonna go ahead and get a.
The hunt is on.
And we will do a blinding arrow. Bow does more damage. We'll do that. So far, this has been a pretty straightforward tactic style game. Do a hawk dive, and I should escape. Victory. Even the other guy down there didn't end up dying. Still alive. Barely. Oh, no coin? This is probably the one mission they'll let me play. Okay, so fire and ice. But I wonder if people are like set in stone as to what their classes are. Can we change those like we did in Tactics? Or is it more like Fire Emblem or original Fire Emblem games where you kind of had a linear and maybe you have an option between one and the other for an advanced class? Although apparently in 3 Houses, which I haven't played yet, that is no longer the case. You
Go! Leave this place. The Archduke will be content with your father's head.
Never. Esfrost will answer for its crimes today.
Your Highness!
Yeah, you need to go.
Shame. You might have lived a long life.
So long as I stand, you'll do him no harm.
Sir Maxwell!
My prince, you are responsible for more than just your own life now. You are a leader, and must be the beacon others look to when the night is darkest. My friends of House Wolfort, I leave Prince Roland in your care.
Let me go!
Release him to me, and there may be mercy for you yet, Maxwell.
Nope.
Tis you who should be seeking mercy.
Must you do this? Very well.
Very well. Ooh.
You were only toying with me at the tourney.
Only a fool shows what they can do when the stakes are so trifling.
I could not have said it better myself.
Dragoon. Oh wow.
How do you still stand?
You were this realm's fiercest warrior, Dawn Spear.
Dawn Spear. Okay.
But today your sun sets, and a new age begins.
She's gonna be a problem. Oh. He's probably still alive. She just cut him and he falls into the ocean. Presumed dead. There's gonna be more to that. They can't fool me. You would have just shown him die. There's no reason to do that otherwise. Okay. Especially since it shows his mask and hat fell off. He'll reappear later in the story. No one will recognize him.
And so it was that the once proud kingdom of Glenbrook did fall. Aesfrost seized control of the Crown City, threatening to bring the surrounding domains under its iron yoke. Now the Archduke's army marches upon House Wolford's stronghold, where Prince Roland is being sheltered by his loyal friends and allies.
Oh wow, does it actually let you play Chapter 7 as well? And wherever that optional thing is, it's gone now. I wonder if that was... That might have been something I could have selected. Oh wait. I can't select there. It's making me select... Ooh, zoom out, zoom in. You said we're making our way to there. Okay. Oh, we can actually see what the places are called. Crown City, Falk's Demps, Wolford Demps. Okay. Tellior Demps. So these must be the three kingdoms that serve Glenbrook's castle. Let's go ahead and do this.
Your most honorable siblings, Lord Thalas and Lady Erica, have arrived, my lord.
Oh, they kept her alive.
Thank you for the escort. You may go now.
And two of the siblings are definitely in on it.
If there is anything else that you require, anything at all, you need but say the word.
In that case, I would have a bottle of the realm's finest wine and a serving of fresh fruit delivered to my quarters.
But of course, milady, I shall have the servants fetch it at once.
Ever eager to please, isn't he?
I believe the word you're looking for is sycophant. Congratulations on bringing Glenbrook to its knees, brother. It's a thing of beauty, what you've accomplished. I trust you're already seeing to that fuss outside the castle walls?
Of course.
The other domains are putting up little in the way of resistance. Lord Tellior trembles in his seat within the stronghold, and Lord Falks was oblivious to what was happening until it was far too late.
How easily the three great houses of Glenbrook break under your iron boot, brother.
Wolford is the last to hold out, but Avlora will deal with them. Prince Roland will be in our hands before long.
Speaking of royalty, brother, I would have thought Cordelia would be dead or rotting in jail. Yet here she sits on the throne. She looks less a vanquished princess and more a queen.
That is precisely what I would have her be.
Whatever do you mean?
Once things have calmed, I shall assume guardianship over her and have her crowned. A few days hence, Regna will be executed. I've already informed Patriat as much.
Regna. Okay, the king.
So the wise and benevolent King Regna meets his end at last.
Father.
Seems like quite a lot for a demo.
Subjects of Glenbrook, I am Gustadolf, Archduke and High Commander of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost.
Esfrost. Okay, that's how we pronounce that. Not what I called it. The A is silent.
Hear my words. The sins King Regna has committed against us, and against you, his own people, are grievous indeed. 3 decades have passed since the end of the war. In the years since, we have all done what we can to rebuild our nations. The opening of the Grand Norzalian mines was to be the dawn of a new age. An age where our 3 nations would work together for the peace and prosperity of all. But King Regna spat in the face of that glorious dream. As our engineers worked tirelessly to put success within reach, your King Regna schemed in the shadows to seize control of the mine for his own profit. And when Dragan Esfrost, my dear cousin, and the man tasked with overseeing the mine's operations, became aware of this plot, King Regna had him assassinated in cold blood. In doing so, he betrayed not only my own nation and the holy state of Hyzant, but you as well. The very people who were to share in the wealth the mine would bring.
I wonder how Hyzant will play into the whole story. I'm willing to bet there's a whole big arc involving them.
And so we were left with no choice but to march on Whiteholm Castle and put an end to Regna's treachery.
By force.
Our actions were born of a righteous duty to avenge Dragan's murder and this odious betrayal of this historic accord between our nations. What say you, King Regna?
What say you?
Do you deny these charges against you?
I do not.
What?
But I beg of you, spare my children.
Subjects of Glenbrook, your traitor king admits his guilt before you.
I have a feeling he's being forced to say that or else she will die.
The punishment for these crimes is death. Off with his head.
Roland, Cordelia, the future of our kingdom is in your hands now.
That's probably the demo right there.
Just days after the fall of the Crown City, King Regna of Glenbrook is beheaded before his subjects. The death of this kind and benevolent monarch plunges the realm into confusion and chaos. With the king perishes an all too short-lived era of peace, and in its place, one of bloodshed and turmoil.
Bloodshed and turmoil. Okay. Oh wow, do I get extra missions? Do I want to save. It's like this feeling within me. Ooh, I can save the demo. Okay. Am I actually gonna go here? Should I go here? I don't know. I saved it though. I'm safe. I didn't. It's weird that you can save a demo.
Whatever is House Telior to do, with King Regna gone, we must find a way to preserve ourselves.
And also, this was a green icon, so like, what does that?
That proud fool
Is it just story?
will no doubt fight to the bitter end. But House Fox alone is no match for the Grand Duchy. Yet if House Wolford were to fight at their side, they say Prince Roland is in Wolford's charge. If this is true, there's a good chance they will join the fray. Or will they? The Wolfords may choose to ransom the prince to Esfrost, in return for amnesty for their own domain. If it comes to that, Esfrost will either kill the prince and princess, or use them as their pawns, and Glenbrook will fall. Bending the knee to Esfrost.
Bend the knee.
Our only hope. We are to live to see tomorrow.
Okay, so it is just story, isn't it? Little mini cutscene. I probably should have done the other one then. Darn it. Oh well. Okay, next cutscene.
Your Grace, House Fox has failed you. I have failed you.
So this is the person that waited.
House, damn it all! When you needed us most, we were not there to answer the call. How did we not see what they were plotting? How did we not know to go to your aid? But no, cursing our fate will not bring you back to us. We must focus our efforts on the one who might yet save Glenbrook from downfall. We must protect Prince Roland with our lives.
Okay. So we can count on this person more so than we can count on the other house. The other house probably won't do anything unless I can get that house to join. So that's pretty cool. That, you know, we can also just see cutscenes of other locations not associated with where our units are. And then, you know, I like that. That's instead of like, oh, let us move there, because it's unrealistic. It's like, why are our units moving just to see a cutscene? And that's something as the player, like, we want to visually see the story progress and beyond our own units, but also kind of have like to know where the backstory is taking place, so we can see that versus where it just happens. We're like, so where is that again? Which has happened in both Final Fantasy in the past.
What is it this time, Booker?
We've just received word that Esfrost has launched a surprise invasion of Glenbrook. Whiteholm burns as we speak.
What's this?
The Crown City has fallen. King Regna was beheaded, and it is said Crown Prince Franny also perished in the fray. Prince Roland has fled to the domain of House Wolford, with the Grand Duchy's army in close pursuit.
Goddess forbid. What could the Archduke be plotting? And what did the others think of the matter? At any rate, I must speak with His Holiness at once.
Minister, if I may assuage you, I propose that perhaps this situation may yet play to House N's benefit.
Our benefit, you say? Indeed. Indeed. You may have the right of it. My dear Booker, whatever would House N do without you? Send a raven to His Holiness. Tell him that his faithful servant Sorsley would humbly beg an audience.
At once, Master.
So I have a feeling there's factions there that are just very corrupt. And then we get Wolford Town. Now let me go ahead and save, because you know, who wants to go back and watch those all over again? Wolford Town. I'm just gonna let the cutscene play out instead of going back and unless I see something unique that I want to touch.
Lord Serenoa! Oh, thank the heavens that you're safe.
It is good to be home.
Castle Wolfort is the most impregnable stronghold in all the kingdom. You will be safe here, Your Highness.
Thank you. I can only hope Father and Sir Maxwell are safe as well.
Benedict, there is news.
What's the matter, Benedict? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Your Highness, my lord, pray try to remain calm. His Grace was beheaded at the Crown City not bells ago.
Father. No. Say it is not so.
Roland.
I can only imagine what you're feeling now, Your Highness. But I fear we have not the luxury of grieving. As the last living heir to the throne, there is no doubt that the Archduke will target you next.
That is nice. They've got like this these lights going across the screen. The trees are moving. The grass is like, that is not something you've seen in past like the older Emblem and Tactics games. So I like seeing that. This literally is just like the Octopath remaster or redoing what the Final Fantasy games did before, but better. And this is kind of taking the same thing, showing that a lot of the developers has probably overlap, but they're growing as developers as well.
Indeed, we must move quickly. I would seek Father's counsel.
About Lord Simone.
Huh? What is it? Has something befallen Father?
Or what if this lord has decided to pledge loyalty and the son... Oh, no. It was
Father!
sick.
Lord Simone, what is the meaning of this?
He collapsed when he heard the news from the Crown City. Has not opened his eyes since.
You must be mad. The man was stronger than an ox.
We cannot afford to lose Lord Simone. Not now, of all times.
Father! Be strong, Father. This realm still needs you. I still need you. Father. Father.
Serenoa.
Is there any chance he will recover?
Our healers are doing everything they can, but none can say.
Very well.
They're getting me really invested in the story.
The malady will not take your father easily.
Forgive me, Roland. I can only imagine what you feel now.
I must stay strong. I cannot allow Father's death to be in vain.
So there's something that bothers me when I see it turn sideways. There's like a way that the characters shift. It's like the pixel slowly shifting left and right. And like I also see like waves that just kind of... This is a demo, so you know it's subject to change later on.
You too must remain
But like
composed.
there's something about some of the graphics that just kind of feels off when you're looking kind of a little closely.
I will try.
Pardon me, my lord. I come bearing a message.
From whom?
From whom?
The scout we had sent in search of Sir Maxwell returned with this.
Sir Maxwell's mask.
Reports have it that it was found near Whiteholm Bridge.
Blood. No. It cannot be.
Maxwell's alive. Please.
This mask was all that was found, you say?
But obviously they want us to kind of like have that kind of thought in our head.
The bridge was all but overflowing with the bodies of the fallen. It was not possible to ascertain all of their identities. And the swift course of the river thwarted any efforts to search further.
I see. Thank you for the report. Get some rest. You have earned it.
Yes, my lord.
Sir Maxwell, you too abandon me now?
Oh,
Come on. He abandoned you. You know darn well he died. Or, yeah, that's what should be relayed to the character. Abandoned? No. It's more like grief that you lose a guardian. That's probably the end of the demo.
Gustadolf's command, Frost musters its forces at Whiteholm Castle and commences a march on the Wolfort domain. Their aim, to seize in their clutches Prince Roland, the unwilling heir to Glenbrook's throne.
Ah, okay. There's another mission. Well, no other story to view. Come down here, we're gonna save. End up loading up this.
My lord, the Frosty army advances on us as we speak. A missive has arrived from Lord Gustadolf. It says they will stand down on the condition that we surrender Prince Roland to them at once.
We've not much time before they're on our doorstep, my lord.
Word has it that General Avlora herself heads the vanguard.
Gustadolf's not taking any chances. The scheming bastard.
The scheming bastard.
Summon the War Council at once. We must take swift action.
Okay. This entire time, though, I haven't seen the bride to be and her retainer. Oh, there we go.
You cannot be serious about this.
It's all right, Frederica.
Please continue, Benedict.
Thank you. Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Estrost?
I say we refuse. We owe Sir Maxwell that much. Precisely. Sir Maxwell entrusted us with keeping His Highness safe, and we accepted.
There's no place in the realm more sheltered by the terrain than this castle. He is safer here than anywhere. And yet, if the Archduke were to march on us with an army as great as the one that took the Crown City, or, heaven forbid, a greater one,
The natural fortifications of this land would work against us. Our shelter would become our jail.
So you propose that we just abandon him? That we sacrifice his life for our own protection?
Better my life than any of yours. This is my battle. I would not see the blood of my friends spilt in my name.
See, Your Highness, that's where you're wrong. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown. You go to battle, we go with you. So it's always been.
Enough! I will leave before I see your domain ravaged by fighting. It is the only way. Surely you see this, yes?
I refuse to believe sacrificing any of us is the correct path.
My lord, we cannot allow war to come to the Wolfort domain. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects.
This is something to point out. They keep changing a lot of words because it looks like they used one in translation. in the text, and then the voice actors were like, that doesn't feel like it's probably a good word to use. Like they changed domain for dements, and then Gowl in jail. So it's just something they could probably go back and clean up a little bit. The text would be easier to clean up. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects. All three of these sound like...
You would have me render a decision here and now?
As the master of this domain, you and no other must decide how we proceed.
I understand that, Benedict. Prepare the scales of conviction.
Scales of conviction.
I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.
The scales of conviction. So what does how do they play in? Do they play into the story somehow? Do I see different parts of the story based on kind of verbal choices? Or are we not going to see? A lot of just cutscenes here. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. I think that's enough for the video. But overall, kind of like thoughts, the game looks beautiful. I do like that you don't see a character just moving around on a map. You kind of view other story points. The story does seem pretty solid. If there's nothing surprising about the story from what I've seen, but they may change with the full version. It seems like they're taking tried and true kind of like plot points, and they're just kind of making them better. And also like classes. I do like the whole attacking, kind of like from the rear attacks, the opportune attacks. Like I like seeing those. I do think the abilities look like they could use, like the mages kind of seem, I don't know. I think I need more like hands-on with the mages. I dislike how some of them can't really move as much, which is true in the past, but it's like, who's to say that a mage isn't a good runner and can't get to the front lines? I think that's something that both Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics and now this game, they don't really think about so much. Is like, who's to say that they don't have the stamina to get out in the front lines and just cast away? That's kind of why I liked Red Mage from Final Fantasy Tactics. They would be one of those that kind of like put themselves in the front line while also casting, a battle mage, right? Versus a slow and like heavy hitter all the time. But that may be in here, and I haven't come across that yet. It is supposedly a culmination of a lot of lessons learned from previous games. And the way this map looks is just beautiful. I mean, look. Let me exit out of the screen here. Just like the river, it's glistening to the point where it looks like it's flowing. Like, that's beautiful. They have clouds moving overhead. I mean, that's just I haven't seen that before. Now in Three Houses, that may be how it's displayed. I haven't played that, but Square Enix doesn't make Three Houses, so this is the first time I'm seeing Final Fantasy do this, or Square Enix. Yeah. Well, still think it's really funny how like that's a heart. And it looks like there's like a little island in the center of there. But I'm certain we're gonna go to other lands, kind of like probably further west and further south. Look like the most likely directions, but possibly east. Looks like a big old desert. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Those are my thoughts. I'm really looking forward to this game. I don't think this is something that will dissuade me from making my own version of a strategy RPG. I'm still going to just like keep taking some notes down on elements that I think should be in that I don't even see in here. Like for instance, let me go to unit details. Right. And there's nothing here about changing jobs or classes or whatever you want to call it. That's just not in here. Let me click encampment just so I can see what that option is real quick. At your camp, you can make ready for battle at the encampment by purchasing items and obtaining quietuses. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely the controller that's doing weird things. Who's the old man? Oh, it's a shop. Wait. What's in your shop? Okay. I'm not gonna buy that here. Can we change jobs in here? Okay. You. You have just general merch. I will buy that. Alright, and are you merchant as well? Now, you are a barkeep that has information. Smithy. Okay. Now, can I just walk out and is that the same as leaving? Yep. Okay, so there was nothing about changing jobs in there, which is what I was looking for. Well, that would be... that's it. So, cool. Looks like it's going to be a fun game. Definitely a must purchase for me. But we'll see if the final product kind of matches this. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. I'll come back and do this one later.